Hey world, this is Sean again. Look, I wanted to do something real quick. This is more universal, so it's going to be a very short video. Um, when I was a kid, I was about 19 years old. My dad was in Amway. What really got me going and started was the books I read. Now, at that time, they didn't really have, not really the internet or anything like that, nothing that can really get you going, where you need to be at. And to give you an example, y'all, this book right here, out of all the books I've ever read, that's been the most moving, inspirational book to me. That everything and every page was just like gold. What meant a lot to me also, I know you probably can't tell it, is every page inside this book has been underlined just about. It's just, if you're ever looking for something and you like, wow, man, that just hit home. I just can't believe it. Give you an example. One of my favorite sayings ever is, "It'll be according to your belief." That's deep. If you really think about it, that answers so many things in life. So, in my opinion, one of my favorite sayings. And expectations. You get out of life what you expect to get. If you don't expect much, you won't get much. And to be honest, to be honest with you, God wants you to excel and do good in everything that you want to do. But you got to have a certain amount of expectations. You got to expect people, to do things when they get into your business or whatever. It's just having that right kind of mindset. And I wanted to show you the book and to let you know this is the same book I read when I was 19 years old. I'm 43 years old now, and it is falling apart. It sat in the back of a Camaro for probably 10 years. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you, you need to find some kind of source. Now, the reason Maria down here in the bottom right, I'm gonna give her credit for this because she's a big reader, and she was looking at getting in my business about 2 weeks ago. And while I was, talking to her, she just kept talking about books and stuff like that, and it really started making me think about that. And though this book has always been in my mind, as I just described, I really haven't been reading it a lot in the last 2 years. And it's kind of contradictory considering the fact that, well, I know things from it, I know the gist of it, but it was contradicted to what really got me going when I was young, 19 years old, learning to think the right way. So I decided to start picking it up again and reading it. And it's just like I remember. Every page in here is literally like a gold mine. The name of the book, y'all, is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. Okay. I'm sure it's still available. You could probably find it online for free. The first 50 pages, y'all, is really teaching you how to think correctly. Telling you, if you really think about how many times in your life you've been told no, how many times from birth, till age 10, you're told you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, and really limiting you to what you can do necessarily. And so the first 50 pages, to me, I think is a little boring. To be honest, it's giving you good information so that you can absorb to understand the rest of the book. But after the book takes off, after I say the first 50 pages, it blew me away. I'm not the reading book kind of guy, to be honest. A lot of guys in my age group, when we're in school, it's like, if I get out, I'll never read another book again. That's how it felt. I was always the math kind of guy. I wasn't the English reading guy. But I can honestly tell you that not only just my business, my mindset, and even how my little boy thinks come from these pages. Literally come from these pages. So it will go down as meaning something to me, probably to the day I die. I'll tell you the same thing. So, but you know what? If it's not this book, y'all, that's not really the point. There's a key in here. What in the world's a key doing in here? I wonder what it goes to. But I've kind of promised myself I'm gonna start reading again. It may be 30 minutes a day, and if it absorbs me into it, you know what? I got all the time in the world. I'm going to let it take me where it's going to take me. And, I just to give you an example, y'all, this right here is not the strongest thing in here, not even close. What I did is I randomly picked one page out of this book yesterday, first day, and I wrote down what it said and what it meant. Okay, this is the very first thing it said. We are too busy fixing the train to realize that we're on the wrong track. We're too busy staying alive to figure out how to live. Now, I know some of that sounds kind of, common. What I've always heard, have you ever heard anybody ever say you could pick up a Bible if you really need it, just open the page up, and there it's almost like you've been blessed to read what's on that page? In my opinion, that's kind of what I was trying to do. I wanted to just open the page and say, you know what, whatever's on this page, I'm going to absorb it in and put it up there. So a lot of my quotes now that you're going to be seeing up here, a lot of my motivation is going to be coming from a book that is 2.5 decades old when I read. And I'm sure that you'll see my mindset probably starting to change. It had got me where I was on fire when I was in Amway with my dad. And I was 19 years old. I remember Joe Markowitz. He was the diamond that we had. We made him diamond, matter of fact, that year. And he was IBM guy that had retired at an early age, like 20s, late 20s, with Amway. And I remember him pulling me to the side because I think I stood out. I was just so on fire with what I was reading at an age, at a time, that it just built a lot of excitement in me. And I never forget what he told me. And I've told a couple other people the same thing, He's like, you do what I do and you'll have what I have. And to me, that is so true, and that's exactly what you want to share with people is the path you took. You want to get around these right kind of people. This is why these Facebook groups are so important, y'all. So important. Now I'm going to show you something I'm trying to do. I don't know if it's going to take off or not. A lot of my Facebook group, y'all, are traffic monsoon people, and they're still hurt. You know what I'm saying? So my group, even though I'm still getting a decent amount of new people in here, I went from 800 to about 1100, 1150 real quick. I had to rename this to Action Taker Success Group because I needed it to brand myself. I had Traffic Monsoon Action Takers. I love the name. I love Traffic Monsoon, but I can't sit here and wait to see if the boat's going to float. I got to get out there and start getting out to the people. So I decided to brand myself in, and that was the name I came up with, Action Taker Success Group. The reason I want the name Action Takers in it is because that is the actual horsepower behind any business. You got to lay it down. You got to get out there. You got to get seen. And that's what this is going to do. And what's going to fuel me is going to be this. Things like that. And I'm telling y'all, the challenges that I'm making right here, I hope it takes off. To be honest, a little bit, I feel like maybe I missed the boat for a lot of people. I had this idea a little late, but I'll be posting here just about every day, giving inspirational stuff like that, not just for, to sound like some kind of fortune cookie kind of thing. I'm telling you things, I'm hoping it's really going to move you and get you thinking in the right way. I will say that I'm going to dedicate 30 minutes a day to reading, and when I'm done with this book, I'm going to read it again. And when I'm done with it, I'll probably read it again, just because I notice what it means. I'll tell you something else that means something special to me too. I wasn't the first one that read this. My dad did. And, he's got Parkinson's. He's 65 years old. He's in good health other than the Parkinson's itself. And, I know what it meant for him. And I see where he underlined it, And this book is so browned and stained and yellowed, but it means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just something that's always going to, stick with me. It's going to be this book. Find you a book, y'all. Find something that's going to motivate you. If you remember something that used to motivate you, use it. Use it now. Fuel yourself to get out there because you're going to have to do it. You know what I'm saying? It needs. I think this book's really going to help me out. The whole point of this right here, y'all, if you look down, this video here is introducing you, welcoming you to the group. I'm telling you I'm going to be challenging you to do things. And I also have got a little workshop down here. These are the videos. I may try to reorganize this a little better. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do it. Kind of hard to do a whole lot with just a pinned post right here, And plus this video, I'm sure it's going to be changed out a lot in the time to come. I just really wanted to go ahead and make a statement that this is my plans in the video, right here. So that's what I did. Y'all, if you're not in Exitus Elite, that's the business we're doing. It's out of the country, 100% commissions. It's going to be hard not to make money in it, to be honest, especially when people jump in this, when they see the value of it, as quick as they will a $40 item, and you're making $1,300 a commission. That is life changing. It really is. And for some of y'all, if you can just get them around us, and then we got this group here. I was really going to start making a lot of changes. My YouTube videos, I went up like 300 members, 250 members in a week with nothing more than just mentioning it on some of my YouTube videos in Traffic Monsoon. So a lot of these people there's not a big following yet on Exitus, and that's great. That's great, because that means you're on the ground floor. That's where you want to be. You want to be sitting good for this, right? Ready for the tidal wave to come rolling in. So that's really what I'm doing right now. But you're going to start to slowly see this picking up. At the growth I'm having right now, which is not bad considering the amount of people I've got coming in here, I think the challenge could really help people. I want people to go down below and post what they're doing. And I don't mind them asking questions. I might have another post in here, and that post is going to be for YouTube videos. Anybody doing a YouTube challenge, here's the challenge: 50 YouTube videos as soon as you can. Don't worry about how it looks right now. Just get out and get seen. Make sure you make it public so you see people get to see you. It does not have to be about Exitus Elite. It's whatever business you want to push. I don't care. This is more of a universal training page. And as a matter of fact, I don't even say Exitus in this. I don't believe. I do show it as an example of what YouTube can do for you, or something like that, and I posted it down in there, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking forward to what's going to happen. I wish I had this idea, or I'm not going to say I wish. I kind of, well, I wish I could have been, I guess, I wish I could have, had this idea earlier, so I could have pushed a lot of these people in Traffic Monsoon to do the same thing, because that was just, 3.5 million people in the business. It's grabbing a lot of attention out there. It's easy to get seen. And I think if people would have took a challenge, which, to be honest, some of you did on your own, self-motivated, and I think that's absolutely great. But y'all, I'm showing you for 1 hour and 5 minutes on my Facebook training. Now, if you don't know what that means, I was getting 60 to over 100 leads a day with just the thorough Facebook training video. I'm showing you exactly what I did. It's not boring, but it's thorough. Okay, there you go. Just to let you see. I actually drew up a whole diagram. I want to explain everything to you, exactly how it works. I have me down here, so, if anything to help you out, I want to try to get you to understand how Facebook works. Of course, what I'm teaching you is universal, but if you attack this, y'all, and you try what I'm telling you to do, there's no way that leads will not come in. There's no way. The only way this is failure is if you give 48 hours in YouTube and then say, you know what, I didn't get the results you did, I quit. It's never going to happen. It's never going to work for you. You're never going to make it work for you. You can't do it half-hearted. That's why some of these videos right from the beginning, y'all, are talking. It's motivational. It's not just, like I said, I'm not just trying to be some kind of fortune cookie kind of thing. I always say that. Learning to think the right way. Y'all, I want you to understand how to think the right way. Expectations. You expect people to get in your business. You got to believe in the business you're doing, or keep your mouth shut. Don't even do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you can't get behind a business, don't do the business. I don't care if every person in this Facebook group is making $10,000 plus a month. If you don't feel it, if you don't think it's something you can do, then don't do it. That's exactly what I'm telling people. So anyhow, y'all, just wanted to take a second to let you know that this book meant a lot to me. If you're looking one to read, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, Shad Helmstetter. I don't know how old this book is. It's probably pretty old. Probably been redone a couple of times, like a bunch of these old great books are. Universal training about anything. I would highly suggest that book possibly. If not, find the book that motivated you and just get out to the people and let that start to feed your business. Not only that, y'all, it's going to do more than that. It's going to be your everyday. Your life will start to change when you start adding this thing, start thinking the right way. It's programming your mind to think the right way, basically what it is. So, y'all, if you're not in, click the link down below. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here every day, and there's my phone number down there as well. Appreciate it.